be acknowledged by the Cannata Report as a woman influencer is a really humbling honor.
Being acknowledged as a woman influencer is gratifying because it shows how much progress women have made in the industry.
To be acknowledged by the Cannata Report as a woman influencer is an incredible honor. I'm incredibly humbled to be amongst women who have contributed significantly to the industry and to the organizations much longer than I have been. So I'm feeling very, very honored and humbled to be in their company.
I think efforts to attract women to the industry should start with senior management. I think it needs to start from the top down to be able to create an environment of authentic inclusiveness. Beyond that, I think it's critical to train teams on the unconscious bias, how to recognize it and how to counter it.
I see more and more women rising up in the ranks of the print industry, both at our customers as well as in the manufacturing companies. I think to continue to do that and to just hear their voices and welcome them in.
I would presume that there are a lot of women already within the organizations that have the ability to take leadership roles and to contribute even more significantly to the organization. So I would suggest that the industry spend time looking at those women and invest in them, develop them, create very specific programs to encourage them to take on more responsibility. I think by virtue of doing that, they become your change agents.
I don't think that the industry can move forward unless companies do embrace diversity of thought. Without having differing points of view, you're missing a huge portion of your customer base. And in order to be relatable, I think that it's extremely important, no matter what your project is, to be open to different thoughts and different ideas, because many times they can all be incorporated and make the project that much better.
Diversity of thought impacts organizations and industries obviously in several ways, of course, based on the very definition of diversity. But I think the chief things are perspective and the opportunity for education. I think perspective comes in when you now take in new information or a different way of looking at things. And then the education part comes in now that you've been exposed to something that you haven't normally been exposed to or didn't have any access to previously. As a default, you start to shift in the way in which you think. And the way you start to think is directly influenced by your ability to take in new information.
I think it's important to realize that diversity doesn't just happen. In fact, the opposite tends to happen unless you really push for diversity and you consciously go out there and try to achieve diversity in your organization. Diverse thought is creative thought, and we need creativity now more than ever if we want to continue to stay relevant and meet customers where they are now and where they're going to be in the future.